Hello and welcome back to the Handy Capable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, so I know I am spreading this out in a mini series or whatever, but I just feel like some people, like throughout my dating nightmare episodes, and especially dating this man for 7 years, but at the same time, I thank God I never married this man. I'm so happy he never went to get married. It's like you do not know the blessing that is. And I don't think I would have ever, anyways, because this man never wanted to meet my parents. He never wanted to meet my family. He never wanted to meet my friends. It's like there were times where, oh yeah, I think we knew each other because we didn't date immediately. It took like about a year before we really, but it was it was one of my friends, or actually both of theirs, because their birthdays are pretty close together, but they were having a birthday party and it was a big thing or whatever. So it was like dress up and it was in like close to downtown Detroit area. And I invited them because I was like, you know what, this is a nice event. Get to dress up, and they're gonna have drinks and hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that or whatever. And he told me no, and I'm like, um, oh, okay. But I mean, since we didn't really know each other all that well, even though he was love bombing me. Ooh, this boy was love bombing me. It's like, but he told me he would never be my white knight, but he would always invite me like, oh, you want to watch this documentary? Or I think the new Wreck-It Ralph. No, like I'm trying to remember which movie, but he's like he knows I love anime and Disney, so he kept like, oh, you want to watch this together? You want to like all of the things that he knew that I loved. He would just, and he knew that especially my walking was getting a little bit worse, and he knew that like job wise that was a total nightmare, going to job interviews and why do you walk like that? Are you going to get it fixed? And is that permanent? And just illegal HR questions. But anyways, it was just I like when I invited him, I was kind of surprised, and then throughout the relationship, like he never came over to when I invited him to my parents' house, and I mean Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, 4th of July, birthday events, and like other like Super Bowl Sundays, barbecues or like yeah, barbecue events and things like that. I invited him over 20 times. I want to say maybe even close to 30, but it's like just in case, I'll stick to over 20. And near the end of the relationship, it slowed down. I hardly did. And when my mother was on the brink of death, it's like, I'm like, can you at least come by the hospital? Because I'm like, if we're together for this and you tell me you want to be with me for the rest of my life, and okay, here I've said some of the stuff throughout the episodes or whatever, but if you know, you already know. While my mom was going through cancer, I was working one, two, three, four jobs at the same time. I was trying to pay off all my debt, pay down student loans, save up for our house, start investing my money because it's like I'm trying to get my money right. And like one reason, like a lot of men on dating apps get so upset when I say one of my dating standards is you have to have money invested, or, I mean, at least some money saved. And one reason is because a lot of men are broke out here. And yes, we're on hard times. Yes, it's like, I'm not going to say that it's easy and everything like that. And it's like, I've been like, there were points where I hardly had a penny to my name, but I had money invested. It's like, there were some times where oh, I'm trying to remember, but I was so hungry, oh, even when I taught at the schools, like to pinch pennies or whatever. Like sometimes like I would offer to pay for the lunches or whatever, but I would literally eat school lunches so I can make extra payments on my student loans. I ate the school lunches so that I can invest a little of my paycheck and pay down credit cards and things like that. I did anything and everything I could in order to make sure that I was going to be on a safe playing field when it came to my finances so I can have a great credit score so when I was ready to buy a house. But a lot of men hate that. And a lot of guys, I remember there was this one guy who, oh, he kept bragging like, oh yeah, I save money, I do this, or but then he wanted to borrow money, and then he wanted me to take out one of my investments so we can go on a trip or a cruise or something. And he, because oh no, he wanted to go on cruises. He was like, "Do you know how many cruises we can go on this? Oh you got it made." Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it was like, and I was like, well, money is invested so it can grow. You give it time. It's still pretty new in there. Oh, but yeah, it's like we can live off my money. No, he wanted his plan. Like I learned over time, like a lot of these men who watch these red pill videos of these men giving masculine dating advice. No, they're teaching men how to have power over women. Do not share an account with a man. I repeat, do not share an account with a man. Especially like, and if you have like investments and accounts, it's like my mom called me a liar anyway. So like, do not tell them about all of your investments because especially like I mean, if you get married, okay, that's a little different. Get a prenup. Get a prenup. Okay, like okay, you can't look me in the eyes because I'm not showing myself yet. But honey, get a prenup. And gentlemen, okay, I'm talking like because some of these women they're gonna try to use you too. They want the Prada purses and everything name brand, but then at the same time they can't afford A, B, and C or whatever, or they don't want to get the correct amount of diapers, or they want to wait a lot longer before they change. Like, no, treat that baby right. But anyways, that's a different story. But I've noticed that, so it's not just the women, the men too. Watch yourselves. Watch yourselves. And that's another reason why men know your type too, not just physically but mentally. Like if you don't want a woman to work, don't look at the college women. And okay, some college women go to college because I know some women who they went to college to find a college man. Okay, that's different. But I know it's like I'm not gonna spend all that time and allow my dad to, because he paid for the bachelor's. Thank you God. Yeah, he blessed me with that one. Not for the not for my two masters though. That's all me. But anyway, it's like I went to get my education. I went so I can get a career. I went so I can like get my goals and things like that. So it's like for all of the men who've told me that I would have to quit my job, and then Mr. No Heart, who I've already said a couple examples throughout the last two episodes, but one of my favorites, he does not really like some men. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, men, sometimes when a woman breaks up with you, sometimes you feel like it's all of a sudden. Women and men break up in two different ways. And people say, or men say women are so emotional. No, men break up with women over emotion, over snap decisions. Women break up over time. Like, we can be there physically, but we're gone mentally. I was gone mentally from my ex for years, but I was keeping that list of all the crap he was pulling. And I like the thing is, I think he thought he got away with all of it. I think he thinks I'm just so stupid and dumb, but I was trying to make it last. I was trying to see if he would change because my walking was getting worse. It's like I like after spending so much time, like he was a project. He still is a project beyond like I mean, hopefully he met a woman that has helped him, you know, whatever he needed, whatever he needed. But anyway, and it's just really hard because when when you meet a guy and he's going through certain stuff You buy $200 worth of groceries for his birthday present so he can feed his daughters and himself. And then him and his roommate forget to pay the gas bill. And so then you go and buy food and everything, so make sure they're fed. And like then you find a place where they can stay warm for the night and everything, because it's February in Michigan. And then his car gets repoed, and so you lend him, and I repeat, lend. Don't give these men no, like, I thought I was lending him gas money and he never paid me back, so that's dumb on my part. And now I think I have the hiccups. Anyway. So it's like I'm lending him money and I'm trying. Hold on, wait. Okay. I'm together with the hiccups. But I'm just, his vehicle gets repossessed, and I help him, and then his truck breaks down, and I allow him to look, because with the grandmother thing again, um, their grandma or my mom wants to see my daughters. Don't you want them to have that relationship? You wish you had that relationship, right? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to come back once I'm done with the hiccups. Yeah. Okay, I think the hiccups are done with me. So okay, now I'm back. Okay, back to that relationship with the grandmother and everything. And also another little piece of advice: be careful who you tell your life story to, especially when you're dating, because some of these people, see, I didn't say just men. In my life, it's been men, but it can be either or. Some of these people they only want to know your history so they can take advantage and turn it around on you and take advantage of you, so then they can have power over you. This man, Mr. No Heart, only loved having power over me. It's like with all of the terrible, awful, hideous things that I've been through after the traumatizing things my mother has done and did to me. Yeah, I told him. I told him because I needed somebody to, because a lot of my so-called friends didn't believe me, especially from Oakland University. Again, from Oakland University. I told them. No one believed me because I have the perfect sister and none of that stuff happened to her. But yeah, I put them on blast on several episodes because literally there were times where certain things happen that I'm still traumatized by. And I don't know how, like, one day I'll tell the story, but I'm going to have to wait for cuz yeah, out of respect for my father, because I know I he already doesn't want to hear about certain things. Cuz I tried telling him after she passed away, cuz I was trying to let him know how come there is so much pain between another sister and her, and another sister and like two of my sisters and everything, and why I have so much pain. But then once I started telling him, he was like, nope, no, don't tell. That's not true. Don't tell me. No. He was like, I don't want to hear this. It's like, how come I don't know about this? And I'm like, because our mother told us she would beat the mess out of us if we did. So I can't really tell too many of the examples just yet, because I do respect, like, and especially our relationship has grown over the years. I think, I mean, it's still not, it's not perfect. No relationship is perfect, but I think now, like, instead of me being scared that they're always going to try to call me a white girl wannabe, it's like they understand, like, oh no, she's just really into politics. She's just into anime. She's just very bubbly and chipper, but it's like she's spunky and spicy too. Because yeah, it's like with politics and stuff, like with them trying to change the food stamp law to not allow people to have soda. It's like I proved my point for the veteran and disability community to my dad, because he just looked at me. He was like, why don't you tell them that? And yeah, I want to. Like, years ago he told me I better not get into politics, and I better not, or and he told me I wasn't smart enough. But okay, that's enough. Like, These are the type of things that I used to tell my ex, but then my ex would turn around and use it against me and use it as power for himself. And especially with the relationship with my grandmother, it's like she passed away of Alzheimer's when I was in high school. And it really hurt that I never really got to know her and stuff, because I was one of the younger cousins, and I was the younger cousin to the point where when my like my parents said we were the best mistake they ever had. Like, well, they met my twin sister, but anyway, yeah, that's a different. Yeah, that's we're gonna not go too far deep into the traumatization, but let's just say they were talking about my twin sister. But since we were born, like a lot of years after my first cousins and everything like that, they got to know a lot more about our grandmother and they got that bonding time. And my twin and I didn't. And so it's like I let them know that's one thing I really wish I had. And that with my other grandmother, she passed away of cancer when my mom was young, so I never even got to meet her. And so to me, it's like I never got that grandmother relationship. When people talk about their grandmothers, like sometimes I'm just like, I wish I understood that feeling, but I never will. And so whenever he wanted something, especially something that relates to go up to Lake City and or something with their grandmother, it's like he would make sure to put that in there, to dig that in there, to make me feel like I was obligated, or to make sure that I, like, if he wasn't able to do it, that it was me. I had to feel guilty. I have to feel guilty about it. So never let somebody, like, be careful who you tell your life story to. Be careful who you tell your trauma to, because some of these people will turn it around and try to hurt you as much as humanly possible. And if you think I'm kidding, oh baby, it's like you need to listen to some of these story times up on YouTube and TikTok and everything. People are spilling their tea and they're telling you their truth. It's like, especially millennium women, we're telling you, be careful. A lot of these men, okay, yeah, it's like, okay, people, but okay, especially men, they will take advantage of you. They will pretend. They will, like, love bomb and everything. And then turn around and they'll stab you in the back with it. Trust me. Trust me. Mr. Lockakey, ooh, it's like he tried to, like, with my Christianity, it's like he kept threatening his life and kept making me think that it was going to be my fault, even though it's like me not wanting to be in a relationship with you. Okay, then I'm going to hurt myself and it'll be your fault. If you're not going to stay my girlfriend, it's going to be your fault. And I'm going to, like, yeah, all that stuff. So I won't go too far into that or whatever, because, yes, yeah, that's a touchy subject. But Mr. No Heart, whenever it came to his mother and family members, he always tried to make me feel guilty, but then when it was time for him to come meet my family, no, just, or he would say he was going to, and then that day when it was time to come over, he said he changed his mind. And, like, at one point I didn't even tell my parents. I invited him, but I'm like, if he rings the doorbell, okay, hi, yeah, we have company. But once you try to fool me so many times, okay, I'm going to invite you so you can never say I never invited you, but I know you're not coming. But I thought, like, okay, here's another hint and sign that I knew our relationship was over, because with the funeral, I begged him and cried because I'm like, I need you. I need you. And he didn't care. I was crying. I was emotional because I'm like, all of the heartache I've been through. You know how terrible my relationship with my mother was. You know that I need some support. He didn't care. He said no. The only person who came for me to the funeral was a higher position person at the school I worked at. But part of me wonders, did she go because she thought I was making it up? Because sometimes I wonder. It's like because I worked at this school for 4 years. My mother's funeral was the only day I ever missed of work. That was the only day I ever missed. And that was count day. Out of all days, it had to be count day. And I remember even the principal, she like, I don't know if she was trying to like dig at me, but she was like, Miss, out of all days, it's count day. And I'm like, okay, I can't. Are you blaming me for having to plan a funeral? What in the world? And so, anyways, he didn't come. But then with my perfect sister, I think she had like 5 people come. People flying in out of town, everything. And I just remember that made me feel even worse because, like, no one was there for me. It's like, cause oh well, the lady from the school, she left after the funeral or whatever, and but so I had nobody there, and people are like family. Yeah, it's like there was this one family member. Oh, let's take a picture. It's my mother's funeral. What the what? It's like baby Jesus needs to come down here and beat you upside the head right now. It's like, let's have a picture. What? My eyes are red shot. Like, what? Are you stupid? Are you stupid, slow, idiotic? What? And so, yeah, I'm saying that because she's never going to watch this anyways. And if she does, she learned something new today. She knows how I think about her because the way she treated our family. Yeah, I have thoughts. I have so many thoughts. Let's take a pic, like at a funeral. And to me, I'm just like, if she even tried, because I have other family members who, oh, look, I'm going to take all these pictures at this funeral and I'm going to post them on social media. Mm. And I've seen people on dating apps, and I do not post picture. Like, if you're at a funeral, if you're in a suit, don't post them on those are not dating app photos. Okay? Okay. Anyway. But I needed him the most then. And then a year later, when I had to get ready for my surgery, I was so scared. I've never had surgery before, and I just remember being so scared, especially like doctors are still like, but we don't know, like, you're so young, you shouldn't need this. This is like crazy, blah blah, and like nothing's helping. Like, because I'm like, okay, yeah, that's you telling me I'm too young. That doesn't help. This you saying this is crazy. It's like you saying you have no idea what in the world. Like, no, I was so scared, and it got to a point where, while being scared, it's like I invited him to the hospital because I was staying there overnight and I needed him. But again, he refused. So, this same man who tells me he wants to be with me for the rest of my life, this man who says he wants to act like we're married but not be married, but he will leave me on the expressway with my car overheating after he's the one who broke my car. Oh, in the morning he broke my car. He didn't even like check to see if I was okay. He just got up, got ready, and he was like, yeah, I hope you get to that auto place okay. Didn't pay me a dime. I had to pay for all of that to be fixed on my own. And then my walking got worse, and trying to keep a job was harder and more complicated. And I was in pain to the point where I remember my first semester teaching at the community college. After that, I was crying. Like, when I got to the car, I was crying because I was in so much pain. I was in so much pain. And so I needed the surgery. I had to have the surgery. And he wouldn't come, he refused. And then Super Bowl Sunday, a couple weeks after, I invited him over. He was like, okay, but then the night before, no, I can't go. And so I think 2 weeks later, like, it was the weekends where he didn't have his daughters or whatever. And so I invited him over. He said, "Yeah." I was like, "You know what? I want to see you. Like, I'll come by." Yeah, he lied. I caught him on Steam playing video games the entire night, and he waited until around 10 or 11 p.m. to text me to say, "It's too late now. I can't come see you." Yeah, I saw you play He was like, "I've been busy all day." Yeah, playing video games. I know. I've seen it. Because he forgot we're friends on Steam. And this is another reason why men don't like smart women, because we know how to catch you in a lie. We know how to catch you in the stupidity. And you get mad when we have the proof. I saw him all day playing video games. He thinks video games is more important than me, but he wants me to stay in a relationship with him. He wants me to think that he loves me, but he thinks video games are more important than me. And I would have a part four, but I know most of you guys don't want that. It's like, so I'm going to just start the series, the long story versions with examples and stuff. But just know who your heart wants at least. And I know you're not going to get a perfect version of that. And I know with my list of standards, it's a long list. It's a long list, but I, after dating for so long and meeting men who tell me that my education is a waste of time, do you know how insulting that is? And then men who tell me being a foster or adoption person is stupid and a waste of time. And he was like, those aren't your kids. So why would you want to babysit somebody else's kids? Or those kids are never gonna really love you and they're gonna run off to their real parents after. And it's just like, you're pro life? Or yeah, these are the Christian men. Oh, these are the conservative Christian men that say this. You come on. Yeah. And so, but then they're pro life. But then they're pro life. Yeah. And then volunteer work. I've had men tell me it's stupid and a waste of time to volunteer. Yeah. But then they don't like when, oh, like, what are you doing Saturday? Oh, I'm gonna go volunteer. You're still gonna do that stupid volunteer work? Click. Because I remember one guy, he was like, if you ever click on me or hang up on me, you better never call me again. And I never called, like, he kept calling me. He, like, and why do men do this? It's like once either you stop calling them or you block their number, they go and ask their cousins to call you and stuff. And it's to the point where every person with that area code, I I had literally had to ignore for months. And one time it's like I got a voicemail, it was a job interview. I'm like, oh dang it, okay, let me call them now. But it's like, yeah, it's like, and it's frustrating because then I'm looking for work, but now I'm like, okay, I don't want to go through it because, especially if it's a white person, they're gonna call, like, some of them use the N word or whatever, and then or the R word or B or C or P or some combination of it or whatever. And yeah, so I don't know. It's just I have a lot more to tell, a lot more stories and examples because with the theater, with adoption, with education, I'm a nerd at heart. I am a full blown nerd. I love reading. I love anime. I love documentaries and things and museums. And I've had men tell me that's stupid, or they call me a white girl wannabe. And my mother's called me that a few times too. So sometimes I'm just like, okay, black people. What, like, can't you? It's like I'm gonna have another series about, because even with Meghan Markle, I just posted this video a couple days ago. But part of me is just like, what volume of black am I allowed to be? Because I am my own. I'm still black either way. I love what I love. I enjoy what I enjoy. I have my personality. It's like you're gonna try to tell me what kind of black I have to be. And sometimes with my ex, who, yeah, okay, you know what? That might be one of my first. Yeah, okay, so anyway. But thank you so much for listening to the Handy Capable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handy capable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.